Hi, my name is Sue Cross and I'm the manager of the Cub unit. I've been with Allegiance a little over 8 years now and with the Cub unit since we opened. First, let me tell you what the Cub unit stands for is Cardiac Universal Bed, and I'll explain a little bit more about that when we go into the room. This is our waiting area where families will wait for the open heart patients to come back to their rooms. And I'm going to lead you through a little tour here of the unit and we'll show you what we have, what makes us unique to the hospital. On our unit, we have a clinical nurse specialist and an educator, and their offices are right here on the unit. This is the elevator that the patient would come up from the OR, and the elevators were made bigger than any of the other ones in the hospital so we can get all the equipment up. The OR is just one floor below us, so it's a nice direct shot if we need to get the patient up from there or down from there really quickly. So we're a 20-bed unit. It's a U-shaped unit. They're all private rooms. We have 2 reverse isolation rooms if we happen to have a patient that needs to have reverse isolation for any reason. We have a case manager on the floor that helps and talks to families before the process, during the process, and after the process. This is one of our centralized areas that we have what we call our tube system. All of our medications come up from there, from the pharmacy. Any stat orders, anything that we need rather quickly. Labs go down to the lab so we can get quick results. This is our clerk. She basically runs the unit with phone calls and helps connect the nurses with any orders, stat orders, anything like that that goes through that we need to have direct contact with. This is our what we call our HEV board. It's a bed board electronic that we put information in. From the time they're admitted in registration, it gives us any type of information we need as far as labs, blood being given, blood being drawn, pharmacy, new orders, stat orders, if they're in isolation, anything like that. So it gives us a quick synopsis of the unit and where they're at on the floor. We have a decentralized nursing station. So one nurse will sit here and be able to see 2 patients at one time. They also can see the monitor and can see the unit and their telemetry. So now into the room, which really makes us unique for many of the hospitals in Michigan. And we have what I said was the cardiac universal bed. And what that really means is that when you go to the cath lab and get a test done, and they decide you need open heart surgery, you'll get admitted to our unit, you'll go to the OR, and you'll come back to our unit for recovery, and then the days after that. And you'll stay here and be discharged from here. So there's great continuity of care with all the nursing staff, doctors, you see the same people, the day and night as far as you get to know the staff. There's a real connection there with the families and the patients right up until discharge, and even sometimes after discharge we see a lot of patients come back. But our rooms are set up to not only have enough room to take care of the patient and all of the equipment that first comes with it, but also for the family, and we're open visiting hours. So families can come and stay with their family members during surgery, during their recovery here at surgery. And then we have 6 rooms that are bariatric rooms, which has a track from the bed into the bathroom. And that way they can go into the bathroom for privacy even if they can't walk. And which it really helps build with their privacy and also get them back into getting up and moving. We have our monitor system here. We can monitor any patient in any room, but the doctors can also see these while they're in their office, while they're at home, any place that their computer is, they can see their monitor, but we can also see it in 5 different areas on our unit. So that is very helpful. We know what's going on with the patient. We also can close these up as the patient advances in their care and they don't need to be a critical care patient. We can close these up so it looks more like a nice recovery area, not a critical care unit. And then we also, each of our monitors are hooked up to a telemetry, which then you can walk the unit and you're not hardwired into, stuck with all the wires on like you see in a critical care unit, but then they can walk with this monitoring system and we can still see them throughout the unit. There were several of us that got to have buy-in on this unit and help design it. So we have a nursing station in the room, which it helps because you don't have to run down the hall to get supplies and equipment. It's all right here. It helps a lot with great continuity of care for the patient. A couple things that we really like is that pharmacy loads the meds from the outside. They don't have to come in, which helps reduce noise and really keeps a very calm environment to help with recovery. So that helps with interruptions in the room and all of that. And then another thing that I really like is our doors, because in any critical care unit, the doors are usually pretty small and tight to get all the equipment and the bed in. So with these doors, what they do is they allow us to open them up, and all of the bed, the equipment, and people all come with them in the room, and it really helps. One other thing we do is we set our beds up so they go downstairs once the patient is down there and ready to come off the OR table. They go onto our bed, so there's no, you don't have to come back up here and switch the patient onto the bed. It really helps with recovery right in the room. We have chairs, electronical chairs that will stand the patient up, so on their first couple days of getting out of bed, it really helps because you cannot use your arms to get up and stand up, and you have to worry about your breastbone. So it stands the patient up and it helps make them mobile, and which is very important in recovery. It's also got heated seats. So, and then we also have one for the family member, so they can stay right here. It folds back into a bed, almost like a bed. And then there's a curtain if the family member wants privacy, that it really helps so they can get rest at night also. So like I said, we're a 20-bed unit. It's U-shaped. It goes all the way down and around. They're all private rooms. We have equipment and supplies on both ends of the unit, which really helps make the nurse stay close to the rooms when needed. Which then brings us back out to the waiting area, which is big. We have the TV, the fish tank. We have a computer over in the corner for families that need to be tied in with what they need. We're also wireless in the unit if you have your own computer that you can get on the internet also. Thank you for touring the Cub unit.